to their like Denver spot, and I was like, let me do a comedy show. And everybody's like, oh, comedy and breweries is a bad idea, and then it fucking caught on.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, we won Reader's Choice for Best Comedy Show last year.
Nice.
And then I was working at Illegal Beats full time, going for like a corporate position. And they were like, actually, no. And so I was like, well, then fuck this. I'm just gonna like try to focus on comedy, and I quit. And really just kind of tried to make the brewery and comedy thing happen simultaneously, and it's taken off.
Awesome.
Yeah, the live shows, we've been doing live shows at 10 different breweries now around town.
Nice.
We're going to talk to a couple more.
All right.
Shut up. Good. Hi, Facebook. I hate Facebook so much.
What's that?
That's you, right?
This is me.
Steve, will you grab my beer?
You got it. You're up.
There's wires and stuff like all over the place.
I got it.
Could you do any work?
I showed up.
I just hurt his
showed up.
feelings.
I'm here.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah?
We good?
Yeah, hello. Hi. Welcome to the Rotating Tap Comedy Podcast. I'm Steve Vanderbloom.
I'm Corey David.
And we are here at 10 Barrel Brewing in Denver, Colorado with Guy and Kiel. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Now,
Tight, cool.
yeah, right, that's good. We're off to a hot start. Now, can you guys just a little brief rundown of what y'all do here?
Sure. Guy Wickwitz, I'm the head brewer here. Been here for about 3.5 years. You know, came to Colorado 8.5 years ago to be in the brewing industry, and started out in Boulder and worked my way up and got a shot at 10 Barrel. Couldn't be happier.
My name is Kiel. I'm the executive chef here at 10 Barrel. Kai and I get along great because he makes great beer, and
This sounds half-hearted.
I'm so proud to be here.
Sounds like you need a mental note to say this before the show
I'm warming up
started.
to this. I'm warming up to this. Yeah. I cook food. Good food. Pair with his phenomenal beer.
I was going to say, do either one of you do one of those things better, brew beer or make food?
Kiel unfortunately has not made it down into the brew pit yet, but we're working on that.
Soon.
We're working on that.
Do you just get drunk and make wontons in the kitchen sometime? Or?
I'd let him.
After hours, you never know.
In the morning.
Kiel, somebody told me, I don't know if this is true, were you on a game show?
I was.
Or did you win a game show?
I did.
Was it Guy Fieri's game show?
It was.
That's pretty dope. That's
What's Guy Fieri?
Actually, he's super cool. The whole experience was nuts, you know, but all I had to do was cook 3 people and came out on top.
That was it?
Yeah.
Just 3?
But the pressure, the rounds, it takes 8 hours to film an episode. But it was a trip.
You asked if we were allowed to swear on the podcast. You can burp, you can swear, you can do just about whatever the hell
Say
you want.
whatever the fuck you
You
want.
can take your shirt off if you want to. I'm not going to stop you.
Don't tempt him. Don't tempt him.
So who did you go up against on this show? Who were these schmucks?
So the first
You had
time,
to battle.
I was on the show, I was eliminated in the first round because it was like a quick fire challenge. They wanted breakfast in 15 minutes.
Okay.
And I shot for 13 minutes, I shot for 2 minutes and cooked for 13. And it was like some kind of finger potato hash or something with eggs.
I was going to say
toast and
breakfast
shit.
cereal, classic.
No, my first thought was CTC, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah. So simple, it almost doesn't make sense.
You know, put a little Bam on it or whatever. But
Oh, just with like the Lucky Charm marshmallows.
Yeah,
there. You just,
I was eliminated in the first round, and I wasn't mad. It was just a cool experience. And then I got a phone call to come back for a redemption episode, and just came back and smoked everybody like a doobie.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then what do you get for winning Guy Fieri's show? Do you get your own frosted tips? What
Yeah.
happens?
A flame shirt. A shirt with fire going on.
You get your own bowling league button down that you didn't ask for.
I got a fat check.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty
yeah.
good.
Bag.
What'd you do with the money?
I
Drugs?
can tell you that.
Drugs, yes. That's excellent.
I had fun.
Yeah. I totally understand that completely. Guy, have you ever won a game show?
Never. No, that's not my. It's not my repertoire.
But then I guess by
Not yet,
default
not
the
yet.
food's better than the beer. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know about that either.
Well, beers are fantastic. I love basically everything that you guys do. But I think you guys would enjoy chugging a beer.
I know I would.
Yeah, I think that would get the show. That's a good way to get the show started.
Sure.
For
I'm
sure.
gonna do my best.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So the rundown with this is, you're ready to go. You didn't even want down, up, down, drink. And then you have to flip the pint glass over.
Shut it over there if you want me to.
Shit, maybe we should add that element to next time.
Hey, can you clear section 1?
Shard of glass in the nachos. Fell off the balcony. Yeah, so essentially, we do this for time with all of our guests. The second that the glass hits your lips, we're going to roast you while you drink and just have some fun with that. But we did give you the rule where you can have a beer that's over 8%. You guys declined, just for the record.
These are 20-ounce pints, though.
Imperials.
Yes.
I will say that.
Do you want to go a second then?
What's up?
You want to go a second off their time for doing an Imperial pint?
No. They gotta earn
I
it.
tried to help.
Alright,
They
that's
gotta-
fair,
I tried to help.
that's fair. That's fair.
This shit's competitive. We're up to 48 chugs right now, so you really gotta make an impression to get.
Yeah.
So here's the way it's going to work. You're going to chug the beer, then you're going to tell us what it was that you chugged. And then you're going to tell us your joke that you prepared for the show.
Oh. Well, I guess I didn't get that, but I
Because
guess
you
I'll
were
think about
clearly
it.
told
I'll go
ahead
first.
of time.
I'll go first. It's all
By
right.
the GM.
Alright.
So wait,
Sorry.
so who has the joke prepared?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
so you
listen
wanna
to
go
your
first
show.
then?
Yeah, fuck it, sure.
What
It's not gonna be pretty.
are you talking about? You made the beer, didn't you make it for chuggability purposes?
You know, I make great beer to be enjoyed.
Yeah, well this is one way to enjoy it in a funnel.
Oh, just
There he
going
goes.
for it out
He's
the
just-
gate.
A lot of throat
Damn,
action.
nice.
Got the
Looking
gullet of the
good.
turkey, that's nice. By slowing down, clearly hit a wall past the big bubble.
You just gotta relax and lips and chug.
And time. Pretty good,
We-
respectable.
yeah.
How do you feel? You can burp into the
Very
microphone,
cold.
it's fine.
Very cold.
I can't do that.
Oh, it's
You
so
look like
cold.
your eyes are about to pop out of your
It is so cold.
I still have a hockey hangover from last
Woo!
night. Like that's gonna.
There's a late
That was
game.
impressive, Pat. I've never seen you chug a beer before.
I don't chug beer.
Yeah, you don't look happy about it. Alright, so what did you just drink?
HE double hockey sticks, Hellas lager, traditional Hellas.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's good. I've
Yeah, this is delicious.
been
It's going
drinking
to
too much
GABF,
Red Bull.
so we'll see.
Oh, it's going to
Find out.
GABF?
Yeah, I went yesterday.
And you
That's
guys,
for
so I'm sure that did you actually come up with this recipe yourself?
Of course.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's very neat.
every single beer that's brewed here by me is my own original recipe.
Oh, tight. How many? So actually, I'll ask you this afterward. You gotta tell us your joke right now.
My joke, yeah. Lady walks into a bar and orders a double entendre. The bartender gave it to her. Lame joke. Fuck.
Oh boy, comedy is hard. That's the point of this podcast.
I'm a brewer for a reason.
We're gonna add 3 seconds to your time.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a new rule that we need to make in the joke box.
We're gonna have to start giving the light to people chugging beer.
We're done.
Time's up. Get off the stage.
All right, we'll give you your time in a second. I did want to ask you though. So, how many of the beers on the menu right now are your own creation?
Generally, it's between like 2/3 and 3/4 of the menu.
Oh, damn, it's a lot.
Yeah. So I think we're probably at about 14, 15 right now.
And then do you just have like 5 staples that like headquarters are like, hey, you gotta have this on?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely,
shit.
absolutely, yeah. That's basically how it goes. So Joe, Apocalypse, Cucumber Crush, Sinister, those are kind of our staple beers that we produce as a company.
Have you brewed any of those in like the other cities?
I've not, no. So I've only been in Colorado.
Gotcha.
Brewing beer.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're like, that guy's weird. We'll let him do whatever he wants down there, but we're not doing that shit.
Well, I mean,
Up in Bend.
it's nice. I just kind of get to do whatever I want, which is the best part of it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, here's some money. We're gonna leave you alone. And it's
Yeah, I mean, it's it's not just that. It's the trust and it's the access to resources and it's really
There it is.
now we're warming up.
that is your cue to check that. It's gonna be so cold.
Gil, how you feeling? Going into
I'm
the
hurting. I got a bad hockey hangover.
It was a late game.
It was.
Well,
And-
it was a high scoring game too, right?
Yeah, 6-4.
Yeah.
Exciting. So if you were playing a drinking game with goals, you were fucked.
Yeah,
I was playing a drink game with tequila myself.
Just
I won.
Just saying it out loud. Bet you can't have another one.
Unfortunately, you also lost. It sounds like you lose.
It's called breaking even on the night. All right, whenever you're ready, sir.
All right.
I think it's. Are you drinking the same thing?
Yeah, the Hellas.
Okay. So you can tell us a little bit about the beer afterward, but otherwise you can go right into your drink.
It's really good beer. All right, it was nothing.
You got it.
Slow going. Not bad. Respectable.
Oh.
Taking the tortoise approach. Oh, wow. A little break. Was it brain freeze that did you in?
We're going for a record of some sorts.
Fuck it.
This happens to me when I drink slushies. This is the exact same deal. Taking a break. Just for the record, the podcast is about an hour long, so that might be...
Well, by the time that
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. By the time the show's over...
You ready for a joke yet or what?
Yeah, come on, Kiel.
I'll just set the timer down.
It's okay. We'll talk amongst ourselves while you sort this out.
I can't follow that excellent performance that he did with
Dude, that was...
Man, the brewing department is making the kitchen look like scrubs. Go get that guy you wanted to
dude,
bring
tag
as a DH.
out,
Go
man.
grab
Where's
Scott.
Connor?
Go grab Scott.
Tag
He
out,
really
man.
needed some help.
Yeah, good thing it wasn't Guy Fieri's chugging show. They would not be calling me back.
No, that would definitely be more of a Bourdain show.
Oh, Sam.
What am I at, 2 minutes?
You're at 1:11.
I think you're doing great.
Yeah,
I thought so too.
I'm proud of you. If nothing else, you're giving it your
You're a
best
comedian,
effort.
you're supposed to say that.
Yeah, nice set. That's the thing. Whenever you have a good or a bad set, sometimes people will come up to you after your set and be like, "Oh, good set." And be like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, I know.
Don't
how
say
I
that.
did.
Don't say
Yeah.
that to me.
Yeah.
Have some respect for yourself. Now your word means nothing.
Right.
Do you have? Is there ever a time where you had? You keep going.
You gotta finish it, man.
You're almost there.
You got it.
Gas it out.
Yeah, I'll do it.
If you got a fart too, please do that into the microphone. Like
I got
you're
like
allowed to
I gotta
stand
put my
up.
mask on for that.
Do you have a butt mask? I think it's called underwear.
No, that was called a bandana.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever made it nice? Have you ever made anything that you were unhappy with how it turned out, but then you just had a bunch of people being like, "Oh, that was great. That was really good beer." But you're like, thanks for the kind words, but I feel you're a little off."
I think it happens all the time. If I'm not happy with the beer, it's not gonna see the tap.
Okay.
It's not gonna make it
It's not
that
gonna make
far.
It's an employee growler. Phil.
It goes down to the drain.
Kiel, how you feel?
But
I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, he did it. He finished. It's
Yeah,
over.
it's done.
Yeah.
That's like the Rockies season for the most part. It's like it's happening. Nobody's happy.
Kiel, you tried. Good job.
That's good. That counts for
you
something.
did great, chef.
You did.
Whoa.
It took you 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
I'm happy with that.
Kai could have chugged like 12 at least beers in that time.
What was his time? Like 2 seconds?
No.
I'm gonna go with like what, a 7?
It was 9.09.
Oh wow,
Okay,
really?
pretty good,
Wow.
respectable, under 10. I'd be happy with that.
I'm surprised. Happy with that.
Now I got a goal to set for the future.
Kiel, you broke the record of the longest.
There we go.
You're
Which was
2
also
minutes.
getting hard to do.
Yeah.
To break into the top 10 at this point is very hard to do, but to make the bottom 10 is also now getting very hard to do.
You beat out Jeremy and Newmage's time of 33.97 seconds. And you quadrupled it.
Crushed it.
Yes.
Congratulations.
I mean, the good news is that you have nothing but room to improve. That's good.
But I needed that 2 minutes and 14 seconds to think of a joke.
Yeah, that's
So
actually
are we
that's
ready
actually
for
pretty
this?
tough.
I hope so. I've been waiting a long time for it.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
What do you call a chameleon that can't change color?
A lizard?
Reptile dysfunction.
Nice. Hey, buddy.
Right.
Take 30 seconds off this time. We're making up the rules as we go along.
Closing strong, yeah.
That's Dallas. Baby.
It's like a comic bombing for 2.5 minutes and then just being like, oh, I like the last joke.
Yeah, just a lot of setup.
That's amazing.
So, can you tell us a little bit more about the Hellas? Because I mean, you have pub beer, which is kind of like your go-to for like I would consider like your light beer option that you guys promote a lot. Yay, nay?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it's a little bit more complex than that. I think, every pub kind of does its own thing. We're part of a family of pubs, and we have a production facility out of Bend, Oregon. So pub beer is certainly the mainstream sort of light beer. But all of us pub brewers kind of create our own identity, if you will, and kind of create our own kind of vibe in each pub. And for me, it's certainly lagers. We do a lot of lagers.
Yeah. Brewers in general, like, especially a lot of the people that we interview, everybody's all about lagers.
Yeah, everybody's all about lagers. Not a lot of people brew them really well, but it's okay.
So you can't see my shame.
Yeah, you better wear these.
No, but I like pub beer because it's up there with cold snack and PBR, and that classic beer you can just grab out of the cooler, no matter what occasion, your refrigerator, and that's why I like pub beer.
Yeah.
So
there's nothing wrong with it. I think as far as 10 Barrel Denver is concerned.
But you didn't make it, so you're not as proud of that one. Like, you're not as
no. I mean, it's part of the family of SKUs, if you will.
Yeah.
But I think I'm proud of the beer I created here in Denver.
Yeah. What would you say is like the difference between something like pub beer and this Helles? Because they're both lighter bodied lagers. I don't know if do you guys actually brew pub beer with like corn or rice or anything like that?
Pub beer is modeled after Busch Light.
Hey, all right. I like that.
Juicy.
I like that.
Do we have a bell?
We can make one for sure. Listen, man, I grew up in rural upstate New York. My relatives would be very happy to know that they could just get a pub beer instead of a Busch Light.
Absolutely.
It's exactly the same. Is it actually the same beer? They just wrap the can different. You can actually see a little blue like underneath the can label.
Every system adds its own little wrinkle. So.
Shit, now everybody's just trying to start feeling pub beer cans. Your eyes lit up like I just revealed a big secret. You're like, fuck. It's like, remember when people used to say that Keystone was the bottom of Coors Light tanks? It was like the end of a Coors Light
people
tank.
still say that.
Yeah, when people don't know how beer works.
God,
like, clearly, like, at all.
I'm sure you guys might be part of it. God, I hate it so much. It's a Facebook group called Colorado Let's Talk Craft Beer.
Oh, those people suck.
They're the worst. They're the absolute worst.
Are you familiar with it?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
They're the kind of people that are all about spreading shit like that, those kind of rumors.
Kind of like San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is it the beer scenes that everybody brags about are full of just morons? Why is it that they just
I thought this
trash
was
so
not
many
political
people?
conversation.
I didn't say all Trump fans. I said morons.
Suck it, San Diego.
San
Bunch of
Diego.
arrogant bastards.
Yeah, I mean, you guys do you have a pub there?
Yeah,
We do in San Diego,
actually.
yeah, absolutely.
All right, never mind.
But,
Yeah, you should
but
probably
back to
just
San
not-
Diego, Stone Arrogant Bastard was my gateway beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one changed the game for me when I was like 12.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Are you guys in fear of getting sued by them right now? Do you have anything with the Stone name in it? I don't know if you knew about that.
No,
They're literally suing everybody.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
that has the word Stone in it.
Yeah, times are rough.
Stonehenge is getting sued right now.
The Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna let this one sit.
They're just riding.
Keith Richards got a lot of money.
So Arrogant Bastard was your first one. I mean, so were you like a light beer drinker before that, or was Arrogant
No,
Bastard?
I grew up in outside of Boise, Idaho, so
Awesome spot.
like Budweiser, Keystone Ice, those low craft domestic beers were available to me, and then when Fat Tire hit the market in the late, I think 98, 99, that's when I really appreciated the taste of good beer.
Yeah.
And then they went big and the beer changed. And then that's when I stumbled upon the Arrogant Bastard or whatever, Stone IPA, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
sure.
same thing. And, that's what it was, for me, young palate, it was so hoppy, I'm chewing on it. And I didn't know what I was getting or what I got into, but that's what kind of paved the way for me.
Yeah, because you weren't getting any of those sensations from like any of the other beers. You were
Bud
drinking
Light,
those like
Busch
so many
Light,
other
yeah.
elements that I can't even comprehend.
Yeah.
Guy, how about you? What was like your first like craft beer that you ever really loved? I remember like it was yesterday.
No, I mean, I think there are two like kind of tracks to the story. I think the first craft beer where I was like, damn, this is something, And it's an older god goodie. I don't think it exists anymore. Great Divide Hercules Double IPA.
I thought you were going to say Shock Top, and I was like,
No,
company
not
man.
at all. No. Wow. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
Oh, we'll get into it.
Yeah, please do.
Don't worry.
No, back in Florida, where I went to college, I had a Great Divide Hercules double IPA, and that kind of opened things up for me.
It's just like a multi IPA, which is so
Absolutely,
different than what you have
absolutely.
now.
Well,
Would you
You have
say
for the
you
time.
experimented a lot in college?
And
Put your dick in that beer.
I am older than you think. Back in 2010.
I like Kiel.
Back
You
in
can stay around.
2010. Yeah, of course you
Is
did.
this
Of course you did.
Gainesville, Florida?
Gainesville, Florida.
Was it really?
Beautiful Gainesville, Florida. Home of the Florida Gators. My alma mater.
And home of
Tebow.
Newfound Glory. Yeah.
I was there.
Are they
Best.
Coral Gables or are they Gainesville?
Who is? What?
Doesn't even matter. Yeah.
Oh, the Gators are the only thing that matters.
No,
Two
less than Jake.
football,
Less
two
than
football
Jake.
national championships, one in basketball while I was there.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
One of the greatest ska bands of all time. That trumps any national championship that I can think of.
Whatever.
Do you even listen to Less Than Jake?
Yes, of course.
You don't sound very confident about that.
No, I do.
Okay. I was gonna say, would you ever be in a ska band? Have you guys ever talked about being in a ska band when you lived in Gainesville?
I'm not that fun.
Where I
You're
grew up.
not that fun. You seem like a fun guy. You chug beer in less than 10 seconds. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty Florida. That's pretty Gainesville, I'd say.
What did you say about my 2 minute 14 seconds? That's very, what would you call that?
Trying.
Melon Colin?
You're the Jimmy Eat World of beer chuggers.
I like that. That's,
Yeah, pretty good.
that band sucks, but I know what you're saying.
Well,
I hear you.
I was gonna say Fish because you're like, this song's going on too long, but I don't hear it.
I only need drugs to enjoy it, not to enhance it.
Yeah, that's fair. So were you really big into like punk, pop punk, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, like my punk influence was like Pennywise, Rancid. You know, like I can go on. I mean, it was
How Come the Wolves is one of my favorite albums
mine
of
too.
all time.
And I retouched with that up again recently, and it just like rocked my socks off.
Yeah, it's nice to revisit some of that shit.
yeah. Yeah, I've been listening to some weird old stuff too. I listened to the Alkaline Trio today for the first time in a long time. But not like the Alkaline Trio that you would like.
Now the tank top makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to me how many people in the comedy scene like really do love punk and like pop punk specifically. Like the last show that we saw before everything locked down was Pup. Are you guys familiar with that band at all?
I'm not. You'll love them.
Like,
Yeah,
you'll absolutely.
they're not pop. I'm going to describe them as pop punk.
What would you say then? We're gonna stick with pop punk then.
No, pop punk. It's like you throw your guitar behind your back and you jump up and you spread your legs.
And do a backflip.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
there's that
yeah.
band that just did like something on fire. They just did backflips after half.
Oh,
step.
Alexis on Fire.
Yeah, that was the gimmicks and shit like that.
Yeah. That's pop punk to me. It's a lot
Fuck, I
of
dislike
What do you
it.
guys play in the kitchen usually? Death metal, Frank
well-
Sinatra.
Actually, like lately, it's been Buddy Rich band, like the drumming solo shit, and Tool.
Okay,
Oh
we
yeah,
fuck with some
that's
Tool.
Maynard James.
You know, but like when the new album came out, all my kitchen guys were just like, "Is this the new stuff again?" You know, I'm like, "Fine. What do you want to get? What do you guys want to listen to?" You know,
Yeah.
so we keep it open. I mean,
Have you ever
Everybody
tried
gets
his
a chance.
wine? Maynard
yeah,
James
actually,
wine?
I had his Chupacabra fucking from Cadeas just a couple nights ago. Actually,
Really?
Yeah.
That's tight.
It was a blend.
good,
Like
I
I'm not a
hear.
fan, but like you know, it's but whatever wine
Does it
region
taste like a
Arizona.
band that peaked in the '90s?
It tastes like a band that peaked in the 90s.
Like even
come
when
by-
you're done, your butt puckers a little bit. You know, like that's
Every,
where that money went.
every bottle's vintage. It's tasted better 10 years ago. Ryan, do you have like a favorite band you like to listen to when you're brewing?
You know, the brewery being situated where it is.
Katy Perry. That's
Sassy
No.
Bitch Saturdays.
You know, I think
So hot. Bell Belcher popsicle.
if I could actually listen to music on my own, I think people would be surprised. You know, the brewery being situated in the middle of the tap room, even in the freaking morning, I can't listen to my shit. I either have to listen to whatever the manager puts on, or the kitchen.
Oh yeah,
and
you
then
actually, I never thought about that. You're fucked in between.
Dude, I'm
You're
so
fucked on both
fucked. I'm
sides.
fucked, and I can't wear headphones because brewing
Right.
actually has a lot of.
Because of COVID too. You
No.
know?
You know, there are a lot of auditory elements to fucking
Right.
brewing beer, and being, you know, in that environment, so I don't get a chance to enjoy myself musically.
But your beer names always crack me up because like you know more about hip hop than I do. Like
Yeah.
like when you had the 2 Chainz, like your cat
Cuban
name's
Links,
small.
baby.
I like
Cuban
that
Links.
boss. How many chains was it? Was it 2? Was it 3 chains?
Look, one is
Two
not
chains.
enough.
2 chains
Three
never
is
been.
too many. 2 chains is just right. But yeah, man. I mean, if I could, I would listen to a lot of hip hop, a lot of funk, a lot of different things that you guys know me as a brewer, but
What kind of beer was Cuban Links?
Cuban Links was double IPA.
But like, so I didn't know the reference.
Ray Kwan, the chef, baby.
Well, just like your cat, Biggie Smalls.
My cat is Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, and you named the beer
Absolutely.
Biggie Smalls.
Of course I
Is
did.
one half of the cat bigger than the other?
We named
No.
We named the beer after a cat, which is named after a rapper.
Absolutely.
You should see him eat.
Absolutely.
Just everything in one bite. Bananas, cucumbers, whatever. Doesn't even matter. So you mostly like hip hop.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah, definitely. 90s hip hop,
I feel as influential to you.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah, how much do you guys hate the music they play in the tap? I feel like it's always Black Keys radio.
Absolutely.
It's like the go-to.
I used to love the Black Keys until I started working here.
No, I
Have you
just wanna
ever-
know. This is our time for you guys to lodge formal complaints that are
Great.
filtered through the podcast. We'll speak.
Look,
for you.
I've listened to more Steely Dan than I care for.
Any Steely Dan is more than anybody cares for. Have you ever listened to Black Rock?
Yeah, absolutely. That was a fantastic.
That's like one of
album.
my favorite albums
The
of all
YouTube
time.
series on that is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is it?
It's the Black Keys did a hip hop album.
Okay.
So it's the Black Keys with like
Is this like when
It's
Linkin
with
Park did an
Raekwon,
album
the
with
Chef,
No,
it's
no,
a lot
no,
of
no.
different Damon Dash.
Yeah.
A lot of different hip hop influences.
Rizzo plays guitar on one of the songs.
Okay, that's pretty
Yeah,
fun.
It's
Like-
sick.
Rizzo.
It's so good.
You
Rizzo.
can- There used to be like a
Not Lizzo.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Lizzo.
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 L-I-Z-Z-O.
There is a
Yeah.
So on the
Black
Vista is a song on that
Yeah,
Black Rock album. And that's what we have on tap. That's where the name comes from.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Fucking
absolutely. With
Tight.
more Steph.
yeah. That's
That's on the
awesome.
menu right now.
Absolutely.
I mean,
didn't
let's
know
be
that.
honest. I did not look at the
Nobody
album.
asked me.
You told me. That's what I love about you. I had to learn something more about hip hop through a name of a beer.
Yeah,
There's
for
so
sure.
much shit going on with the menu that you
On
don't
the
even
Vista,
realize.
Mountain IPA, baby.
Some subliminal.
That's right.
There's some satanic
True.
messages in this beer menu that you don't even realize.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the ways, I get to express myself. I'm not artistic or...
If you read the whole menu backwards, it actually conjures Satan.
Or the Wizard of Oz,
Yeah.
your choice.
I mean, that's cool though. Like to be fair, my comedy has way too many music references in it too. So I love it. Oh, dude, I'll show you a YouTube tape.
That's the time
You'll
for
be
you
like,
to tell you a joke.
Yeah, you'd be like, man, this guy really hates gorillas for some reason.
But they were Blur, right? Same dudes that made
Oh,
the band before the Gorillas. They were Blur. They
Blur,
had that one song
yeah.
on MTV.
Yeah.
They're flying on the carpet and shit, playing guitar. Like it was almost like punk. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Down,
Yeah, nobody knows any of the
yeah.
Nobody
Am I
knows
wrong
any
or
of
right?
the-
Was that the Gorillas before the
I'm pretty
Gorillaz?
sure it was. Yeah.
Nobody knows any of the other words. It's the worst
And I'll feel
karaoke
heavy
song.
metal.
Yeah, I would nail that karaoke song just like my beer chugging skills.
Wait, you don't like Gorillaz? That's what
I love Gorillaz.
I was
No, I
gonna say
love
that was actually one of the best concerts I've ever seen in my entire life.
Same.
What would you say your best concert was Gorillas?
Honestly, I would say my best concert might be. I mean, I'm like a huge music guy, so probably in like 2006 I saw Muse play at Red Rocks.
That's hot shit.
And it was
I
a
would-
third full. Nobody, because it was before they were
No
a
one
Guitar
knew.
Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean, even
nobody
like in the
knew.
States, not a lot of people.
Guitar
When Muse was really, really big, like even in the States, not a lot of people knew about them.
Right.
They were huge everywhere else.
But they put this whole like black reflective surface over the whole stage of Red Rocks, and the guy had like a grand piano, and the top sheet was clear. Anytime he'd hit a key, everybody moved back.
I know we're a trash can. We're good. Sorry, continue the joke.
Anytime
if you throw up on our podcast, that's gonna be that's
Well, this is the first time you're
that's
actually
a game
hearing
changer.
it.
Yeah,
yeah, we'll take a minute off your time.
If
you
I
throw
puke,
up.
I should get fired.
Bro, don't even go there. Don't even go there. Don't even go there.
we'll hire you. Fuck, that's metal as hell.
My hat, put it back
Just
on.
puke live on everything.
Somebody call him Guy Fieri.
That is pretty punk. Why? He'd sell it.
Speaking of Guy Fieri, your hair is super fucking blonde.
You got a problem?
I had no idea. I had no idea. Just like your beard's a little more red, so I just didn't know. You have your covered up with the
A
top.
lot of older women ask me if the carpets match the drapes.
And you're like, no,
Like, you would believe, like, it doesn't offend me anymore. I'm
a
like,
lot of women.
I'm like, man, would you like to see?
Yeah, right.
Prove it.
Is that part of your Tinder profile? Like head blonde, beard red, pubes blue.
Well, back in the day, they used to call me Pinchueto, Rojo Bigotes, Grande, something verga.
Yeah.
Because like they were so confused by it, you know. It was like Q-tip, Viking, you know.
This was in high school, right?
That was like last week.
Okay. Back in the day.
The homeless guy's by my truck right now.
Ah, shit. Yeah.
Well, speaking of music, one of the things we were actually talking about yesterday was the collabs that Belching Beaver does with Deftones. They do like a different collab with them, like, every year. You guys are familiar with that at all?
I don't know. I know the Deftones are putting a new album.
I know Belching Beaver.
Well, I guess like the other day was the 20th anniversary of White Pony. Oh shit! Yeah, so they were
Dude,
doing
that
the
album is
just for
still
that.
hot shit.
Yeah.
I don't care. Listen to it today. Like
Yeah,
it's
fantastic.
still amazing from start to finish.
Yeah, I really.
And even Maynard does his guest vocals on Drive or one of the songs. I mean, which
I think my favorite is Diamond Eyes is probably my favorite album from them. Like, I saw them tour on that album too, so that was super fun. But every year they do a different collab with Deftones, which I think is pretty sick. It's only getting released in like a handful of states, but luckily my brother lives in one of them, so he's gonna mail me some.
which one is that?
Oregon. Yeah, I went and visited. So I went and visited. Yeah, fuck Oregon. That place sucks.
Actually, I really enjoy
Oregon's
Oregon.
great. Oregon's so cool.
Oh, you don't have to keep towing the company.
No.
Yeah,
Like,
and
this is
they-
real talk.
My favorite
I
Oregon
actually
does
like
rock.
It's
No, I
10
know.
Like
barrel
from
and
the strip
Ben.
clubs to the coast, the mountains, everything. Like Oregon does rock.
Oregon's
Yeah,
fucking
Oregon
sick.
does
If I
rock.
didn't move here, I was gonna move to Oregon actually. But so the reason I was out in Bend recently because I was visiting my brother out there, and I stopped at the 10 Barrel out there and had a blast. But
Which one, Portland?
no, I actually went to Bend.
Yeah.
I did some mountain biking out in Bend and then after.
East
I love
side, west side, original.
Original, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my buddy Josh works for
Galveston.
you guys.
Yeah.
So he works wherever the regular office is. That's where I went.
The new offices. Turn to east side. Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Hey, I got a Google map it too. It's cool.
As long as you had a good time.
I'm just over here
Yeah,
like,
That was great. So it was leading me into if you guys could do a collab with any musician, artist, athlete, whoever, like who would that be?
Whoa, you just asked a mouthful.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be any. You don't have to name one of
but
each, but like
I feel like you'd go Colorado Avalanche. Just
No.
like any.
Straight up.
Peter Forsberg.
Straight up. Jägermeister.
Yeah.
Jägermeister.
Dude.
I'm kidding.
The company? Yeah.
I'm kidding. I know. I'm fucking around. Okay, I really meant Goldschlager. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Actually,
none of these.
No.
I have a Jägermeister guitar in my house. I want it for
You don't know how to
radio.
play it, so you just.
I do know how to play it. I
Okay.
just don't. Fucking beep, 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 beep.
So with a Jägermeister guitar, is it just like doing a Jaeger shot where you immediately regret it right afterward, but it sounded like a great idea ahead of time?
I won it from a radio contest, and it was the Jägermeister guitar, Jägermeister amp, and a Jägermeister tap machine, like one of the cold tap machines. And so I also got a case of Red Bull as a tip. So I sold
Wow.
the Jaeger machine
Blasted.
and a
What are you,
case of Red
13?
Bull. I sold it for like $250. It was great. It was the best day of my life because I don't drink that shit. Who wants to do shots of Fireball? That's yes.
People who hate themselves.
So yeah, collabs. So, and actually, for you, this could go for beer or food.
But I'll mess
Guy
around with the
Fieri.
Jägermeister shit. But
Next
like,
question.
No. That guy can't cook.
Oh,
That's why he's on
damn!
the other end.
Shots
So I'm just saying,
fired.
like, some of my favorite collaborations always been with this guy right here. This guy's got the best fucking palate in the business when it comes to tasting beer and tasting food. And even with snake juice. The grapefruit notes in his shit, like we've made amazing desserts with that. Like,
Sure.
You know,
And that's what we're drinking
like,
right now, right?
Out of nowhere, we did a beer dinner where we started with a double IPA and we ended with an IPA for dessert, and no one saw that one coming. Like, you don't have to go from light to dark when you do a fucking beer dinner or whatever. Like, we went on your beers, the flavors, and we fucking crushed it.
Do you guys do a lot of beer dinners here?
Before COVID, yes.
Yeah, before COVID,
But
yes.
when they are, they're special.
Yeah.
Like, there's planning, there's like me and this guy just trying to, like, you know, we have the ideas, and then we actually finally get I get the food in front of him, and he's got the beer selected, and also like, dude, this ain't the beer. You know, like Kuma,
Kamehameha.
there it is.
Koala Walla Bang Bang.
My memory, I knew what it was. I'm sorry I couldn't pronounce it, but like that was a prime
It's a
example
2-minute
of
chug.
where we thought Heard. And we thought that was like a match made in heaven, but when we put the beer to the food, it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, and we backtracked, like, you know.
Well, being able to work just so closely together probably makes a big difference. Where you can literally walk up to taps, then walk over to the kitchen and be like, "Okay, let's taste this thing immediately."
It does make a big difference, and you know, Kiel's got a great palate. We do a good job collaborating with each other on.
But we don't do it enough.
We don't do it enough.
Don't
for
do it
sure.
enough.
For sure.
That's the problem.
Well, that's why we're here, to bring you two back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know,
I don't know
if
what
I have to
I don't know
go,
what's
if I
happened in
have
your
to
past.
go
We need
outside
to
the
think
family, if I have to go outside the family, we did a wonderful event a couple of years ago, the Bacon and Beer Festival at Mile High Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
And we met a wonderful, wonderful guy named Elijah Wilkinson, who is now
You were gonna say
probably-
Elijah Wood. I was
No,
like, yeah,
Elijah
fucking Lord of the Rings.
Wilkinson. Elijah Wilkinson is better than Elijah Wood.
He is
Elijah
now
Wilkinson.
on a trip to Midgard.
No, he is one of our starting offensive linemen on the Denver Broncos, and I would love to brew with that guy. He really, you know,
Is he in a ska band? Is that
yeah,
pretty
he,
tight?
he probably would be, but I'd love
play
to work with
trumpet.
him. I think that'd be dope. We had a great time. He's got a lot of charitable causes that he works with.
So it'd be like a local thing, but with a
Absolutely,
bigger,
100%.
another organization. that's also
100%.
like beloved
Yeah, I mean, you didn't
and
ask me about other breweries, right? You
Yeah,
just asked me
I
about
mean,
shit
yeah.
in general.
I mean, well, you could do either really, but that's a great one. Like having that local connection makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Especially if they're a cool guy.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah,
No,
that
he's
was
great.
pretty special. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
he loved us. He actually poured beer for us behind the booth.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
at one
awesome.
point,
Bunch
we
of
also had a
bacon.
few other offensive or defensive linemen. Like,
They were all
corners
offensive
and
linemen,
shit.
yeah,
Like,
they
they
were
had to
just at
stop
the
eating the
festival.
pork belly because
Yeah.
these guys are like 6'6" on a high
Yeah.
protein diet. Like, stop eating the food.
Please, we have to save some for other people.
We're trying to feed 5,000 people and you just ate a third of the pork.
You could literally probably just do like a whole pig roast for them. To do,
Right.
to be honest.
2.
Man, I haven't been to a pig
One
roast in a
pig
long
per
time.
football.
One, yeah.
That's not as big of a thing out here. And when's the last time you guys went to a pig roast?
I had a pig roast at my wedding.
When was that?
When was that?
Yeah.
3 years ago?
Okay, so that's the last time you were at a pig roast?
Yep.
Man.
Last September, I brought in a pig and we broke it down for a pig roast up in
Oh, fuck
Summit.
yeah. That's tight.
But like, we had to make some moves around because like we couldn't get a grill big enough for the whole pig. But we got a whole hog in and we broke it down in the kitchen, taking the head off and did the size and did it in portions. But still, like when it started, it was a whole hog. But when we got, by the time we got to Summit, it was like just pulled pork sandwiches and shit by then. But
Yeah.
yeah.
That was something that people used to do back in the, like, I'm from the East Coast. That was something people did like all the fucking time.
Right.
Pig roast.
Well, it's like you have to rent the equipment here for the most part. Like
You gotta get a China, man.
yeah.
Stuff.
Or even that shit you bury in the ground. That's where it's at. With some-
Hawaiian what?
Yeah.
Hawaiian way?
yeah, but even the Asian
yeah.
box that's like foil. and, like,
China, bro.
Yeah.
And then you get shit faced and then you realize, shit, we buried a pig in the ground 10 days ago.
how's the apple?
So, can you tell us a little bit more about what we're drinking? Because I know you kind of alluded to it before, but this is the snake juice.
Sure, yeah, snake juice.
Sure.
Sure, I
That's
think
like
that's
we're
what
like.
it is.
Yeah.
Is it profuse juice or snake juice?
No, it's snake juice.
Okay, I
So
was-
snake
yeah,
juice
but
is
they're-
the original juice, profuse juice.
Okay.
But people don't know how do you spell the juice. It's Joosc.
Absolutely.
Oh, like the
Like
Four Loco
yeah,
knockoff that used to
yeah.
exist?
I don't know. Is it
No,
None of
not
that
really.
one?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, if you guys want to know the fucking origin story,
Well, it's too bad
this
because
beer-
I love juice. I loved the original juice.
fine.
Get me all jacked up.
Yeah, well,
Came in
Snake
grape and
Loco.
watermelon flavored.
listen.
When I drink snake juice, I feel like I gotta wear these pit vipers though. These are
Let's do
tight. You want to try these on? I know you said you hadn't had them yet.
You gotta understand, these sunglasses are Corey's entire personality.
Yeah,
anymore.
they've consumed me.
He's become one with them.
I get it.
Holy
They look
shit.
way better on him. They look way
You
better.
look like Macho Man Randy
Dude,
Savage.
dude.
May he rest in peace, man.
I'm scared. I don't
Now
know.
body slam Kai off the balcony.
Who wants a Slim Jim?
Everybody actually. Who doesn't love those?
I'll get handed a million pair. We're good.
Yeah,
That's
I was gonna
hilarious.
say you gotta hit up your marketing department.
Dude,
I
those
got.
are dope,
Listen, it's funny. I got a pair
Oh,
of
we
these
had
before you
those.
did.
I didn't realize they were puppy.
Yeah. Like, oh, we sell them here now?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Way to
Yeah,
keep
but-
an eye on your merch, bruh.
Obviously
You
not.
guys do have legit merch, by the way. You have
Apparently I'm
really
not
good
informed about it. Like, hot shit comes in. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, you gotta get your eyes peeled, bro.
Too busy making up fucking dope ass recipes in the kitchen to pay attention.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I got this BLT right now. It's called the best ever BLT. It's smoked aioli, roasted pork loin, bacon, country fried green tomatoes, arugula on ciabatta.
That sounds pretty bomb.
Dude, it's
I know what I'm getting after this.
Yeah. It's sex in your mouth.
Nice.
And there's also.
So I'll regret it later.
Perfect.
I'll have to go in for test. I'll have to go in for a test.
You guys don't want to split one.
Yeah, great. Instead of three-way. Is that what that counts for? All right, so tell us a little bit more about the beer. Sorry. After we're done talking about banging sandwiches.
If it's a club, it's a threesome.
Oh my god.
But there's 4 slices in a club sandwich.
VIP. That's why it's hot.
Yeah, don't give me any of that cold cut.
I don't need no open face shit with gravy. Give me the fucking club.
Yeah. By the way,
Bro, shut up and
Best
drink your
turkey-
snake juice.
best turkey club I ever had was at a strip club. My buddy dragged me. He was like, "Hey, you want to go out for lunch?"
It wasn't a sandwich. It was not on the menu. Cost $250.
Signed. Her name was Turkey. Her name was Turkey Club. Not necessarily a great. Her name.
Her name
Way
was
to make that
Tyson.
credit card receipt work though.
Yeah, I was on a cruise ride from the brewery I used to work for. Shout out Sierra. So my brother, my friend, was like, "Hey, you want to go out to lunch?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So he brought me to the strip club during the day.
I like how
got
you
some
just
lunch.
tried to throw your brother under the bus. Actually, it wasn't my brother.
It wasn't my brother though. I don't know why that was. Okay, it doesn't particularly
It
matter.
wasn't a turkey club, it was a turkey chub.
It was a roast beef. It was a roast beef sandwich. If anybody had to ask.
With or without provolone.
Horseradish.
Oh no.
That works.
But so there's literally nobody else there. It's so slow that the stripper is mopping the stage in her bikini and high heels.
That's some
Was that the bullshit
bullshit,
of doing
dude.
making a cruise on?
That's the fucking Meg the
I
Stallion
was like,
video.
man, this is a pretty blue collar
It's like
act.
a
you
turkey
know?
brown derby or some shit like that. Like,
So
Wow.
we sit down and we order food and I get the turkey club. It's fantastic. And the DJ is just like, "Turkey
No, it
club,
wasn't.
turkey club, nice choice." He's like, "Let's give it up for the only 2 guys in here." The best.
Oh my goodness.
I did a show at a strip club in Boulder one time, and they take the stripper off the stage for you to do a comedy set, and so the stripper's just sitting there.
Take her
mad.
out. What do they drag her
They,
off?
no, they just she sits down and she's
You're at
mad
the bus
because she's
stop or
not.
what?
It is the bus stop. It was the bus stop. So you've been to the bus
There's
stop.
only 2 in Boulder.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Yes.
I've
It
never
was
been
the
to a
bus
strip
stop.
club in Boulder, but I'm sure they all got dreads. Their names are Namaste, right?
No, not it is not what you expect from a Boulder strip club. I'll tell you that.
At least one named Crystal, though.
So you've been in there. So they take the strippers. You've never been in there. You're like, I just know. Okay, so we're gonna pretend you haven't been in there, but we know. And there's one main stage that they take the stripper off, and then the comic goes up and performs the wireless mic. And there's a stripper pole on either end of the stage. And if you go too close to either pole, it just gets horrible feedback for the entire room. So you just can't move, and you're like sitting there. And you can just see the greasy poles. It was one of the best shows I ever did.
Yeah, this sounds
It was great.
This
It was
sounds,
great.
This sounds like a better rendition of Lucha Libre and Laps, to be completely honest.
How far is the lift from here to Boulder right now?
Bro.
It's close enough.
worth
We'll
your
expect.
money.
Yeah,
I think
figure out
the
a way
bus
to-
stop
Actually, I thought they closed. They closed.
I think it
right?
closed, yeah. Can you guys, I think upslopes in
How do
there
you need,
now.
how do you need to expense this? Just tell me how you need to expense
Oh,
this.
don't worry. Don't worry.
When this is not live, I'll tell you how.
And we're shutting the camera off. Now. Man. So tell us about the
Yeah,
beer.
we're super up here. I don't know.
Tell us about the beer we're drinking.
That's great.
Well, I love the
That's
fact that
fucking
it's got like these really bright kind of not it's citrus, yeah, but like very like melon, honeydew,
Grapefruit.
grapefruit.
Yeah, like the what's the hoppy you use?
What's the hoppy?
I'm gonna
What's
shut
that
up.
hoppy
I'm not
shit that
divulging
you put in beer? Is that hops or what is that?
So I mean, I think basically this beer started kind of. The idea was to make basically a high-end sort of malt liquor. So it's all 2-row corn and some sugar, and it was inspired by my time in Gainesville, beautiful University of Florida.
Inspired by Old English.
Tim
Not
Tebow.
at all, not at all. No. So we used to live my homies and I, we used to live in this apartment complex and we used to hit up this convenience store.
Called the Snake Pit.
No. But we go down there to buy beer. And, you know, this is, like, mind you, this is fucking early, fucking old. Right? So this is like 2011, 2010. You know what I mean?
This is
That's
old
a long
shit.
time ago.
We're not talking about
you're
the
right. In terms of Florida craft beer, yeah. Like, I'm not buying, like, what's available now.
Yeah.
I'm buying Sierra Nevada. I'm buying Anchor Liberty Ale,
Right.
you know?
The fucking steam one from San Francisco, the Anchor Steam, right?
Anchor Steam.
Cleveland Steamer. Nice.
So we go down to this convenience store. And this beautiful.
You're never gonna get through this.
It's great. The story is ruined.
I would have
It's
given
fine.
you 10 seconds
Fuck
off
it.
of your chug. If
Like,
you
give me
had done
another
that.
one. I'm gonna chug this. This is ridiculous.
This is almost taking as long as Keel's chug time.
No, we're on
Finally
7
done.
minutes.
The whole story
Wait.
is Snake
We've been
Juice has a
asking you to
beautiful
describe this
story.
beer for 20
And it's ruined. It's fine.
It's ruined.
It's cool.
No,
It's not
continue.
like I worked my whole life for this. It's
Continue.
fine.
All right, everybody shut up.
No, you don't have to. Like, if you don't want to listen to the story, it's fine.
This is like, just so you know, this is like what comedy is like when we're like trying to tell a joke and people are just like, oh, in the corner. It's hard.
Yeah, Steve doesn't get that as much, but yeah, it's kind
I
of
get
like
it
that's
all.
how
I
comedy
get it all
goes.
the time.
Basically.
All the time.
This is great. I love it.
So somebody who absolutely hates it.
All right, Snake Juice.
Snake
3,
Juice.
2, 1.
I'll try again. Wonderful guy named Ike, homeless guy, is outside of this convenience store, and he always asks us, "Hey, buy me some snake juice." You know, we're trying to go buy beer. We're college kids. Like, buy me some snake juice. Buy me some snake juice. We have no idea what the fuck he's talking about until one day we realize, oh shit, it's King Cobra. It's Cobra Malt Liquor. And in Florida, we don't have 40s. We have 32.
It's so hot, right?
So hot. And we buy these 32-ounce. We buy these 32-ounce bottles for this wonderful homeless guy. But the idea from just doing a beautiful base of fucking tulo and corn and sugar, making a high ABV, but then bringing in some nice New World hops. Like, that's how Snake Juice fucking originated.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
King Cobra, I didn't know that. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Snake Juice.
Yeah.
He's like, man, give me some juice, man.
Oh shit, this is 7.8. Damn.
Yeah. It's not a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Goodbye afternoon.
Unlike
Thank
this
you.
podcast, this beer is serious.
Do you have a snake tattoo?
Not yet.
Yeah, can you get one? You know, I'll go get matching snake tattoos and then go to the strip club after the show.
Going up to Boulder.
Like, you rubbed the ink out of my snake.
Yeah. We roll
It's
up
got glitter in it.
just
Shit.
showing everybody, just like, hey, check out this new piece I got.
That's how you get.
Some kind of- it's-
I was gonna say STDs. Is
No,
that?
I'm thinking like fucking the shit with your liver. Anyways.
Alcoholism, liver failure.
liveritis.
We're on track. Yeah,
Nobody
we're
wants to
doing
go
it
to the strip club with an open wound.
now. But you get one by the time you leave. Been
Only in
shanked
Boulder,
for owing
apparently.
somebody. Yeah, been shanked for owing somebody. You got a bunch of tattoos. Are you like? You got anything outside of your sleeve? And like, kind of what's the deal with all the other pieces you got there?
I don't know. Like, I wanted to wear a T-shirt for the rest of my life, and I was not going to buy it from Walmart. So I sought out this dude, and
So I got a job at the brewery where I get free T-shirts.
you want to see my 10-barrel tattoo? Bend over.
More like Bend, Oregon. Come on.
No, it's all food related, like, you know,
Eggs, pork.
eggs, chickens,
Apple.
fucking skull and crossbones with a spoon and fork. I got a dope ass carrot in the inside of it
yeah.
with my time in Alaska,
Well, salmon,
chasing
baby.
salmon. But the egg is being cracked, or the skull's being cracked open like an egg.
Yeah.
The yolk's running. You know, it's all food
That
related.
is
You know,
pretty cool,
artichoke,
yeah.
knife going through the
Yeah.
heart. But like, this one was like what I really wanted.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Like after.
Camera can see that. It's Anthony Bourdain.
I mean, with people having their shit together, I don't even want to go down this route. Anyways, but no, like that. That's like it means something to me. Like,
Yeah, of
like,
course.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
tattoo
it's all-
shit.
Tattoo
Yeah,
shit.
tell us about it. I mean, I love Bourdain. I mean, but you have more of a connection with him than I think most people because you're in that world, right?
Right.
So like you can love a comedian as an observer and as a
Right.
fan, right? But like we could also love that same comedian like more because we're so connected to it. It's just a different thing. So you being chef,
Bill Cosby for Corey.
What it was is a journey.
Crystalia for Steve.
Yeah.
You know, like I never thought I'd have another portrait of a man tattooed on a man's body, but like, you know, the industry was shook in that day. Like, where would his voice be today if he was still alive about what's going on with restaurants right now?
Sure.
Like that's what's hard to swallow.
Yeah.
But still, like, no matter how shit gets low and dark and deep and shit, like, pull through.
Yeah. One of the things I loved the most about his show is the fact that you go to, there's so many places around the world that I would love to visit and plan to someday or try to. And one of the things you figure out when you travel is it's really hard to be ignorant when you travel, in my opinion, because you just realize that we're all the same. You know, you can paint a picture about how people are across the world through TV or through the internet or whatever, but once you go there, you realize that, like, oh wow, we all have the same fears, we all have the same desires, the same joy, like all that kind of shit. So that's one thing I think he did the best. You know, better than
Absolutely,
anybody.
he brought ethnic food and cultures and shit to fucking everyone's TV.
We're talking about Guy Fieri, by the way.
Oh, fantastic.
He just
That
came
was a
back.
bad burn.
That guy just came back.
Someone's kicking you in the nuts. No, but you're right. Like, on top of all that, but like, this is comedy. We're making laughs.
Yeah, we're having a good
So
time.
you have a joke.
Boy, not a good one. Never have, never will.
My stock joke is, do you have one?
A stock joke?
Yeah, do you have like a stock joke that you tell people?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana is a classic. I know, it's annoying, just like
We're
me.
supposed to
You
go
can do
knock
better than
knock.
that.
Who's there?
Well,
Banana who?
Banana
Or aren't you or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't you glad it's
Yeah.
Mine was, it's always, my brother works in the napkin division of a paper factory. He's trying to get promoted to toilet paper, but it sounds like a shitty job.
comedy's not easy, that's the
Take
point.
3 seconds off my time.
Make it sense.
Add it on.
So good.
Add it on.
Yeah.
What about the porcupine? It's a stab rabbit, right? A snake's a danger noodle. Like an ostrich is a fucking painless thunder goose. Like, those are funny shit.
Yeah, I like those descriptions.
Guy, did you grab another snake juice or what'd you
I
get?
did, yeah.
You're just going for it today. 2 8%ers
Well,
and a
I mean,
20 ounce
I
chug.
thought we were going to talk about beer.
No, not really.
Okay.
We tried. I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
Well, one
No,
of the
but your
things,
snake juice story, I never heard that before.
No, it's fine, it's cool.
What else?
Let's go, let's go, bro.
What do you want to talk about?
No, look, whatever these ones.
What's your least favorite beer style?
yeah,
What's
what do
my
you hate
least
the most?
favorite?
Yeah,
Actually,
what's-
I have a lot of strong opinions about all these things.
Good, we
Yeah.
like strong opinions. Almost as much as we like strong beer.
Lactose should not be in anything that's
Oh,
not a fucking
Yeah.
milk stout.
I like hazies a lot.
I don't like hazies.
Milkshakes, not a big fan. I
Milkshake, it's garbage.
So you're just shitting on
Louis-
left-hand nitro right now.
Left hand nitro actually changed the game, but I think people took it in a different
But see,
way.
I don't like
Would you consider that
nitro.
a base
I don't like
Guinness?
nitro either. I think nitro's not for me.
Well, left-handed milk-hand, like, I hate stouts that are like, I just crushed a milkshake from Arby's. You know what I mean? Like, you got 12 ounces of fucking stout.
Lactose and vanilla have no place in IPAs.
It's funny
or
that you
tiki
mentioned
sours.
malt liquor and nitro beers because I know you didn't brew these, but your bad on tap reviews are both about malt liquor and a nitro beer that Tim Burrow made. So we're gonna go over those in a second.
Fantastic.
How'd you get that info?
It's on
The
Untappd.
internet.
It's on
Untappd,
Untappd, bro.
yeah,
It's
Untappd.
public
The internet knows
domain.
everything.
And haters are gonna fucking hate.
Oh yeah.
Taylor Swift, nice.
Let's go for it. Untapped
we
is
will,
garbage.
we will.
Untapped is garbage.
We will.
Okay.
Oh, you think that's garbage? It's trash. We're about to put you through a whole wild ride. in a minute.
Look, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm happy in
And
my brew
lactose,
pit.
so two of my biggest pet peeves right now are the fact that people are adding adjuncts to things that just they can get those same flavors in the beer just by using the right ingredients, brewing techniques, or letting it age for a while, like in wood or foeder or something like that, like vanilla, marshmallow.
You like
things.
fooder aged pills?
Yeah. Do you have a foeder?
Really?
Do you have a foeder age pills?
Fuck no.
Yeah, I love
Yes,
it. Are you
serious?
kidding?
The
Yeah, I
passion.
think it's
The
great.
passion.
God
Yes.
bless snake juice.
Wow. What don't you like
The
about it? What's
snake
not
is
to
loose.
like? It's soft. Because I like
It's
the
soft?
Yeah, I like
Are you
the fact,
fucking kidding me?
I like the fact that you get that light body, but it's crisp, but you have this soft texture to it.
That's fucking
Love that.
Nah.
No? What
Guys don't
don't
have
you
that.
like about it?
I think aging of pills in a fucking fooder is copping out on making the bad pills.
Okay.
First of all, so
Yeah.
I will feed you Pilsner from the fucking fermenter.
Yeah, it's
right
almost
now.
like taking
And
Busch
it's
Light and
softer.
calling it
It's
pub
soft.
beer.
Well, it's not me, right? So I'm just talking for the Denver pub, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy knows.
So
But the
what I do here is different.
of course.
Do you guys
Yeah,
have
fuck.
any barrel aged stuff here? Do you do barrel aged stuff
I
here?
do a little bit. Yeah, I do a little bit. It's not my forte. I have a lot to learn,
Dude, what was
and
the
so I'm
shit
still
that
working
rum
on
barrels? Arrogant, strong, fuck, like.
it. The Belgian Golden Strong rum barrels. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Like when we went to the barrel factory to go pick up barrels.
Yes.
That was an
you helped
awesome
me with
day.
that. Yeah, that was great.
You know, they're learning about wood and
Absolutely.
where barrels come from,
Yeah.
like how much more you have to suck up the
Fool's
moisture
gold.
in the wood. Yeah,
Fool's gold.
that's what it was.
Where would you get your barrels from usually? Like typically, where do you get
Barrel
Rocky
Factory in
Mountain
Fourth.
Barrel Company.
Okay.
Are they straight up producing new barrels? Like it's
They're not. No, they're not.
Because I mean, I
but
know
they're
like,
secondhand
They're
market.
basically just like the middleman between like bourbon companies.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
whiskey
Yeah.
companies
Yep.
and
For
stuff.
now, yeah.
because like
Yeah.
Laws does a lot of like they'll donate a lot of barrels to breweries around Denver.
For sure they do. Yeah. I don't know if they want to work with me, but it's fine. You know, for obvious reasons.
But all right, so I don't like adjuncts that kind of create flavors that you can do with other techniques. That was what I was trying to get at. And then the other thing was
Fantastic,
like,
yeah.
fruit puree smoothies are
Yeah.
not my jam either. Like
Right.
the fact, I don't know if are you into those?
No, fuck no.
Yeah, we're on the same page with that one. Where it's just like everybody's just jamming like dull fruit juice into a can, and then
Yeah.
putting a little like lactic acid in there, or just lactobacillus or whatever, and then just calling it. fruit
Well,
juice.
lactic acid, lactobacillus, like those are two different
Yeah, they are.
techniques,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you can cheat and just dump a bunch of lactic acid in, or you can kettle sour, and you can kettle sour properly. And I think kettle sours have gotten a bad name for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So
What are those obvious reasons?
the obvious reasons are that people just don't have a good culture, and then they just overload it with fruit.
Yeah.
And you know, you can achieve the same acidity and
Yeah,
fruit
whatever,
flavor
yeah.
by dumping lactic acid
I'll do
into
another
a
Hellas.
batch and
Right,
acidifying
right.
it to the same way that you're going.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to get at. It was just like
Yeah.
I feel like it's because it's so kitschy. Like people are just doing it, and they don't even.
It's
care
kitschy
about
because
the
it gets a
process.
bad name. It's kitschy because it gets a bad name. If you have a good kettle sour fucking culture, then you don't need to be kitschy.
Yeah.
Lactic acid helps you acidify the wort to get down to a proper pH to basically pitch your culture in a safe environment, right? Because it has to sit
Touch, yeah.
for about 24 hours.
I know. I'm
No,
turned on.
no,
I'm
there's
turned on.
acid,
Right now. This is
acid,
good.
like I use lactic acid in kettle sours to get it to a proper pH to have the wonderful fucking culture that I've been granted by 10 Barrel, which look, it's not a plug, but it's a real thing. Tanya Cornett.
You work for the brewery that we're doing a podcast
like
where you can plug the
these
brewery that
people,
we're
like,
at.
they invented kettle sours.
Yeah, we're not here to
right?
That's why I said
They
it's hot
fucking
shit.
made
Just so you
kettle
know,
sours.
we're not here to shit on you guys. We're here because we like you.
Well, look. They invented fucking kettle sours in a sense.
So
right?
one thing what's really one of the things that I love about 10 Barrel is all the crush stuff that you guys do, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're leading into that, but the fact that there are, I wouldn't say there's not fruit puree sours, right? Like they're
Exactly.
not heavy, they're not hazy, they're not slushy, like
Yep.
whatever the fuck. But they do taste wonderful.
Yep.
And do you guys, with those actually, I'm curious, is it natural flavors or is it like real?
It's a combination of both, right? So what they do in
So they do this entire series called Crush that is fantastic. They're lighter bodied kettle sours that are wonderful, tasty, right amount of pucker, super sessionable. And they have, I don't know how many different flavors you guys have. When I say flavor,
I don't
now,
either. Cucumber, raspberry,
There's so many, yeah.
apricot, strawberry,
Tons.
guava.
The
It's
guava one's tight. The guava
Guava
one's
one's dope,
really
right?
fucking good because the guava actually like settles the sour
Yep.
a little bit more, but it's such a subtle flavor that you don't.
Guava was hot shit. That was
Yeah.
good.
The
Guava
other
is my
ones you
favorite
obviously
one.
notice that like okay, there's other
There's a little bit of
flavors
vodka.
being added to this, but for me, like the guava one really didn't like you didn't taste a ton of the guava in my opinion. The guava did a better job of kind of tempering some of the flavor
fair.
and making it just like to me even more drizzly. Like,
Yeah.
The right amount of sour,
Yeah.
that slight sweet flavor that you get from the guava was awesome.
Yep. Yeah. Totally fair. Totally fair. It's a combination of natural flavors and whatever they decide to do with that. So
Now with your own like kettle sours that you do here or any kind of sours,
yeah.
because you guys aren't doing. Are you using a lot of Brett here or anything like that?
I do not use Brett.
Yeah, just because of the potential for infection and shit.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
How big?
it's kind of
How big is your system here?
it's a 20 barrel system.
20 barrel. False advertising.
But how many kegs does that make? Smart ass.
How many wooden barrels are in the barrel aging room? 10.
Okay. All
You
right.
make it work. This is taking not amount of technicality.
That was smooth. I like that. But back to your original question, like when I met Kai for the first time, I showed him a preserved lemon. Like I broke like 6 weeks to make a preserved lemon. Like it's a Moroccan, North African thing, and like eat this. I want to make a beer with this, and like that was something that was brought to his belt that was never even got out of his mind on a preserved lemon sour. But the first one we called was
Fly
Vixen. But the second one, Jitterbug. Like we
have it right now.
Was it the third or fourth batch, right? That we fucked around with that lemon salt.
Jitterbug is the evolution of that, right?
Yeah.
So you gave me this beautiful preserved lemon. I tried a new technique for Jitterbug, and I tried to instill it in kind of a kettle sour. So
and that version is like by far my favorite.
it's a beautiful beer because when you try to sell people a saison with just preserved lemons,
Right.
they don't bite.
Right.
But if you sell them a beautiful kettle sour,
That's a sour lemon.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a sour lemon.
What do we do? Blank. We sell sours.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taste like a warhead.
It doesn't.
I think that's one of the main things that I've tried to incorporate into my brewing here in terms of kettle sours is sour doesn't need to lead the way. The other flavors need to balance things out, and it can be tart. It can be sour, but you have to find a balance.
Yeah. Would that ever become a goza because of the salt salinity of the beer?
Right, but there's not enough salt to call it goza, and so the salt just kind of rounds it out.
It's just part of
makes
it.
almost,
It doesn't
it makes it sweeter in a sense.
Like when I was introduced to goza beers, we would say that, right?
Yeah, you are.
I don't know, and I did some research. Like, there's a salt mine nearby. The water. That's why the water.
It's a complicated history.
Yeah. Like, I thought it was awesome.
Facebook status. It's complicated.
It's not.
Yeah, but there's certain things, like certain yeast strains in particular, that if you don't have a good mastery of it, it can totally take over the beer, and then it tastes the same as every other fucking thing that's out there. So there's certain Trappist yeast, certain Saison yeast, Brettanomyces, for example. Like if you don't have like a good handle on how to brew with those yeast strains, they wind up taking over the beer entirely, and you don't get any of that nuance. You don't get any of the layers of the beer itself. So. Yeah, sorry, we're geeking out a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. All right, well, let's take you down a peg. I think that seems like the best way to go about it. We did a couple more beers coming, right?
Yours is right there.
What?
It's right in front of the camera.
Oh, right in front of the.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah. Is this shit live?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah. Hey, Mom.
Don't worry, you haven't said anything racist or
Yeah, you're still good.
nothing terrible's been said. We like to do a segment we call Negative Reviews, and you're not going to believe what it is.
Well, what's the best part about this
You guys
today?
I'm gonna let you answer,
hold on.
Kiel.
You guys are not in hospitality, are you? You ever had a job in hospitality?
I have.
I
Yeah.
am.
You ever had, like, I think anybody that leaves a Yelp review has to show proof that they worked in a restaurant environment before they can leave a review.
Well, dude, and especially right now, we had to take some clips out of previous episodes because I get real heated because if you're leaving negative reviews during like COVID times, I just feel like you're garbage.
I would headbutt the fuck out of that
Absolutely.
person.
That's absolutely
It's infuriating. It's
Yeah.
just like everybody's trying their hardest. And I went too hard on that episode recently.
Yeah, we had to cut a whole segment.
We had to cut a
because
whole
Steve went
part.
hard on a Yelp
it just-
reviewer.
oh, God,
But they
I
were
get
like,
heated.
hey, we haven't given them a chance to respond yet to our response.
No,
so
it's
maybe we should
absolutely
take
fucking
it out.
ridiculous,
It
right?
is.
It's crazy.
We're here. We're working our asses off.
Yeah.
I'm in a fucking pit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Open
whatever
that
happens,
door.
it's
Just
gonna happen,
appreciate
right?
the finer things of humanity too, where it's like, shouldn't you be grateful that we're all like able to go out and enjoy each other's
Remember
company,
the 3
enjoy
months
good
where you
food,
could?
enjoy good
Yeah.
beer, like all that shit.
Like you waited in line in prison and just go to Costco.
Yeah.
Just to get something to wipe your ass with.
Yeah, totally.
And they treated you like
The
fucking...
biggest thing that, you know, in terms of these global events, the biggest thing that's been taken away is the fucking bar. The bar is where everybody's fucking equal.
Oh,
the
boy.
bar.
You should try stand-up comedy.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, the Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Check out the eggplant.
It's not a real thing to to say?
But no, you're right. The bar is the place that like everybody goes to. It's Cheers, right? Like everybody.
No,
No
it's
one
not fucking
like-
Cheers. It's
What?
where everybody's equal. It's where I go to hang out. It's where everybody goes to hang
Well,
out.
and like the bar itself, like the actual bar itself, in most venues now, you can't sit at the bar because the taps
Of
are too
course.
close.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's where
I'm
it's like,
fine with that, but I think that's the biggest thing that we have lost, that we all have lost.
Look
Right?
how big our bar seat is here.
Like you
anywhere
go to
you
the table, you don't hang out with nobody else.
yeah,
I've made so
you
many
might-
random connections at a fucking bar.
Right.
Good and bad.
Yeah, you just strike
That's
up
what I'm trying to
conversation.
What's
say.
the
Yeah,
quote from
totally.
the Big Lebowski? If you don't eat the bar eats you. Right? Like fucking.
I thought it was. This is what happens when you fuck with a stranger, Larry.
No, but like on the TNT version, like you see what happens later when you help a stranger in the Alps? Like they change the mouth word. What I'm saying, like
I'm sick and tired of these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday play.
right. Like we've lost that bar interface.
Yeah,
Like,
it sucks.
even like
Everybody
some smaller
has.
bars, there's
Yeah.
a table they push to the bar. I'm like this still isn't normal. Like you're talking to me like I'm in a prison window,
Well,
sliding my beer under a fucking slot. You know,
Part of because you can still like obviously go to bars and hang out indoors, but everybody is X amount of feet apart, and then you basically have to stay with the party that you're with. And part of what I have always enjoyed about going to a bar wasn't necessarily staying with the group that I'm with. Sometimes it is,
Yeah.
but then there's other times you're like you want to be open to the possibility that like you hit it off with the people over at the next table, or people are playing darts and you want to jump in on it, or whatever the fuck it is, or
Is that
somebody's
Guy
like,
Fieri at the other end of the bar? Holy
Yeah.
shit!
you gotta stop saying that.
or somebody's like, who put this fucking
This is cooler. But take all those bar atmospheres and put them in a pasture with hay bales and shit. Throw darts, throw long darts. Fucking open a keg, fucking barrel whiskey. Fuck it.
Yeah, you can do it.
But
Until we
Uber
obviously,
won't
like,
go out there and take these people home.
But they will take us to the strip club in Boulder. That's what we're
I'll
shooting
take you to
for.
the bus
If
stop.
it's still open.
Alright, so your three, and again, if you had any hand in these, let me know, but I don't think you did, was
It's fine.
the three lowest rated beers on Untappd for you guys are Steel Primate. Was that one?
Steel Primate?
Steel Primate.
That
Are you
sounds
serious?
It sounds good, right?
You go to the zoo and eat that shit.
Yeah.
That wasn't. No, you know.
That's what-
I know
that's
who
what-
that was.
What's
That's
the
what
date
my-
on that?
That's what
Steel
my
primate?
That's what my
fuck
ex
is
used
the
to call
date
my
on
dick.
Oh, was it?
No, what's it?
Steel Primate?
Steel Primate was.
I don't know what to tell
I've
you.
had Steel Primate. It was a. Fuck. It was not 10 barrel. It was.
Steel Panther?
I almost want to say Four Noses.
I mean, it's 10
I'm a
barrel.
lot better at naming
It's on the
beers
10
than
barrel
anybody
on
else, so.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
So, Steel Primate, Calypso Nitro Pale.
No, that was Benny.
San
That
Diego
was Benny.
Is that the San Diego guy?
Yeah.
All right, so this is a callback. Fuck San Diego.
Actually, let's get Benny.
No, I mean,
Can we get Benny on the phone right now?
Was that
Can we call Benny right now?
No disrespect to Benny. No
Call Benny.
disrespect
If you
to
wanna-
Benny,
if you
but
wanna
that
call
beer
Benny.
sucked. And he was here
He has your
before I was here.
second worst rated
What's the
beer on
third?
tap.
Black Belly?
Durban Poison.
Nope. None of me.
And then
None of
after
me.
that,
That must be
is
11
Hidden
barrel.
Valley Ski Slope Lager, which is probably like a private thing you did.
Wow.
Which is probably Busch Light.
Like, that's
But-
why
I don't do private things.
Yeah, that's
they
fine.
don't pay me.
That's
Bunch
how
of private
No.
things. Everything is public. All right, so I know you didn't make it, but just because you're the brewer, I need you to read this review.
Sure.
So read the name, read the beer, the rating, and then the review, the one at the top.
Serious? Steel Primate, 10 Barrel Brewing Company, malt liquor. Way better than Old English.
What's the rating?
2.75.
All right.
Wow.
So that puts Old English at like a 1.2.
But
Steel-
like we got a food review. Like the brisket was on point. Like
You don't
brisket
do
sandwiches,
brisket.
the best barbecue I've had in Colorado. We're on a fucking barbecue
we don't do
restaurant.
brisket, yeah.
But I'll take the 5 stars.
Yeah,
I don't give
thanks.
a fuck.
Thank you.
Next weekend I did brisket special.
Oh, this one I thought was really good. Yeah, all right, so Steve, you got one?
I got one, and this one,
Alright,
this
alright.
one I'm excited for because I personally am invested in this one. This is from Elizabeth Hayes. Full name, puts it out there, so not on me.
Yeah.
but
Anything
here
that people
it
put
goes.
on the internet, that's what we have no qualms about putting.
Oh, no.
About
it's
reading people's names.
That's
Like, this
awesome.
is their.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
They put it out there.
This is from 2 years ago, or one year ago, from Elizabeth Hayes. She says 2 stars. Food was decent. Server Carrie was not nice or welcoming for first visit, and I was told I had to get my own water from an igloo cooler. You guys freaking out in the sun when dining in instead of one being brought to me at my table. The 2 stars are for the food. Service is a 0.
Way to go, Kiel. You recovered that from a 0 to a 2.
Saved that.
Snapping necks and cashing checks.
And
Why we do this?
yeah, so I don't know if anybody listened to our comics episode with Christy Binkley
That's Carrie.
and Carrie Lieberman, but this is clearly about our comedian friend who can definitely be not nice, but is probably a great server.
We had
she's fantastic.
She's
we
so
have
great.
a
She's
wonderful
so funny.
comedian friend, Carrie Lieberman, who just was dropping the ball apparently on this Google review.
I mean, it sounds like Elizabeth Hayes deserved it.
Yeah, because Carrie's a great server, and if she has a shitty fucking customer,
shitty table,
she's
yeah.
going to give it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrie does not hold punches back.
No, that's fair.
Oh, it's Carrie's best quality. What's going on there?
All right, so we got one for Calypso Nitro Pale, which is something your boy Ben brewed. Actually, we got 2 for this one, and then we can probably call
Funny
it.
fact about Ben Shirley, me and him were born in the same hospital in Fullerton, California, St. Jude Hospital.
Do you both have superpowers? Is that where this story is
When
going?
our units collide, we do.
Yeah?
Him and I both got this fucking ring that we blow into, and yeah,
It's a cock ring?
we could.
I think it's a breathalyzer to start a car.
If you want to call it that, like Benny's gonna vouch for that.
Yeah, we're ride or die.
We love you, Benny.
Then he sounds cool.
Despite all the things.
Squirrely.
All right, guys, you want to read this one?
I'll fucking read it. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, all right. So read the name, the beer,
Yep.
the review, and the rating.
First one, huh? Calypso Nitro Pale. Barrel Brewing Company, Pale Ale American. Holy cow, at the quaffability, 3.5.
All right, the reason I wanted to read that was because I've been waiting to say the word
Quaffability.
queefability all day.
Quaffability.
That's essentially what I've been waiting for. And I'm going to have you read one right back to back.
Sure.
All right, this one's worse. I just wanted to say queefability. That's literally the only reason I had you. We don't say the word queef enough. That's what I'm
You
trying
seen
to
that
do.
South Park episode?
When they say queef a lot?
Yeah.
Calypso Nitro Pale. Tastes like a nitro course.
Yeah.
It's just too watery. If I mow the lawn, I will be drinking a coach.
That is.
Listen, I love the idea of a
0.5
nitro course.
stars?
I like Banquet plenty. If they could make a nitro version of that, fan.
Banquet's fine.
Big
Banquet's
fan.
fine.
You need that try. Don't fuck with it.
Keel, I'm going to have you read the top review on this one here. I'm going to have you read this.
What language you wanted it?
English,
German.
preferably.
Use a British accent.
It was decent. Thanks.
Very good British.
Yeah. How many stars was it?
4.
Yeah. Force it. It was
Yeah.
decent.
Deborah
Thanks.
McQueen.
That's the whole review.
3 years ago. Atmosphere. Awesome burgers. And world-class beer. I'll give her a
Atmosphere
shot.
world-class beer?
Give me this
I probably
back.
went to that show.
Okay.
But
Was
Steve
that,
McQueen?
was that big? It wasn't as big of a hit as you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, I mean,
All right, this
nothing
one's
ever
fun.
is.
All right, I want you to read the one from Jason Pizza. That's the
Jason
name.
Pizza.
Jason Pizza.
Oh, fantastic.
How many stars?
Haha! Jason Pizza, 2 stars. Marginal faux microbrewery, with a dash.
That's quaffable.
That's so profitable. By the way,
I
they
want
use
to
some-
slap my friend for bringing me to this subpar brewery.
So we just went
Bathrooms are clean.
domestic abuse.
Best part is possible artists' works. You can't spell and you suck. That's fine.
Yeah, he sucks.
What was his name?
He slapped
Jason
Jason
Pizza.
Pizza.
Jason Pizza?
Jason
Fuck
Pizza.
Jason Pizza.
Hell
sucks.
yeah!
And why the fuck is he slapping his friends for bringing him to a
He
brewery?
must have had a rough childhood about pizza.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any good friends, first of all.
His dad sounds like
Obviously
he
he
drinks
doesn't have good taste.
too many Busch Lights.
No, he went for Natty Ice. Like Keystone, bottom barrel.
I
I
got
want to double down on this Busch
By the
Light
way,
thing.
I don't know if you guys have. Do you have terms or phrases in the beer industry that you despise? Because one of mine is microbrews.
Microbrews.
Anytime somebody says microbrews, it makes me throw up a little bit.
Shaker Pines.
Shakers.
Oh,
Dude,
absolutely.
that's your band name right there.
No. Shaker Pines are bad.
I know, but like, revolution against it.
I have a lot of trends.
I just hate people talking shit to me that I sold out to AB.
Yeah,
There's
I
a lot of
actually-
those reviews.
like-
I've
There's
got
a lot
one of those
reviews.
No, like, dude, I've had people like throw shit on me that I worked for AB, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I won't
Yeah,
even.
there's a lot of
I won't
those
even have one of you
reviews.
guys read it. I'll just read it real quick. It's like Ryan Hoskins, 1
No, I'll
star.
read it, it's
Keep
fine.
in mind this is owned by Anheuser-Busch AB InBev, a Belgian conglomerate, which is trying to destroy
It's not
American
Belgium
craft
anymore, by
beer.
the way.
No, yeah, Brazil, right?
they merged.
Yeah. So, but they didn't even say anything about the beer. They didn't say anything about the food. They just
Right.
went on Google and gave you a 1-star review for. And so my official stance on this, which I mentioned on the pod before, was that you guys have been really cool with us, like with Steve and I, and all the comedy stuff that we've done. Not you specifically, but just 10 Barrel at large. I mean, you guys have been great too, obviously. They've been very supportive of me. Like I was running your guys' like live stream comedy show for a little while on Zoom, like when quarantine went down. So that was really cool. And they've hooked it up. Like every time that I've asked for something or they wanted something or I could help out or whatever. I know really awesome people that work for breweries that are owned by a bigger conglomerate or whatever, and I know really awesome people. Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know really awesome people that work for really small breweries. I also know really shitty people that work for big beer conglomerates, and I know really shitty people that work for smaller breweries too. So to me, it's still about the people. Like it's about are the people I'm interacting with at these locations and these places having fun? Do they like their jobs? Do they treat us well, like as human beings? That's what's important to me. Like just because you're craft, like if you're a craft and you're still a dickhead,
Yeah.
like, it doesn't mean.
And that's why, like,
I
we
want
don't
to say
know.
independent craft or whatever.
I
like,
work for
I
10
didn't mean-
Barrel, not AB, but they
Yeah.
send my paycheck, so when they call, I answer.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, 10 Barrel is run successfully as 10 Barrel without the outside source of pushing shit in and doing weird shit. They've always had that hold on that.
Yeah.
ground. So that's why I'm always say, like, I'm proud to work for 10 Barrel. I will do anything for 10 Barrel, but, like, when AB calls, I'm like, yeah, I'll send you a beer recipe.
Yeah.
I'll go get a physical taken. Yeah, I'll go take a BAC.
I mean, my tune's changed.
I think I certainly
I won't take a
second
drug
that.
test though.
I certainly second that.
It's in my contract.
The thing is, like, my tune has changed on this, like,
Yeah.
substantially, like, over the years. Cause
And I appreciate that because I think you're
worked
one
for two
of
different-
the few.
I used to
You're one
work
of
for
the few.
two small, like two independent craft breweries. I used to work for Harpoon and I used to work for Sierra. And like while I was
Oh
doing,
boy,
those-
they're not that small either.
no, they're not. But that's like, but while I was working with those breweries, like I had like this
They got a lot of leverage.
kind of foolhardy, yeah. But I had this like foolhardy kind of like, oh well, it's more about the art and it's like you're selling out kind of thing. But then like the longer time goes on, you're like, my buddy Josh like works for you guys. We used to work together at Harpoon, and I was like, I love Josh, and Josh likes working at 10 Barrel. I like the beers. Every time I've been at one of the pubs, it's been a great experience. So like, what's my fucking problem?
He had to
Right, like-
he had to sell me on it for a little. I was just like, because I was in that same boat where I was like, oh well, they sold out their Anheuser-Busch, and he was like, no, like it's fine, and it took me a little bit, like a couple conversations with him, and I was like, yeah, I guess it.
I always compare it to music. Like, do you want to play your mom's basement if you got this awesome band? Or do
Right.
you want to fucking move up to a nightclub? Do you want to sell out Coliseums?
Yeah.
That's what AB
Do you want to
does
keep
for
doing
10 Barrel.
open mic comedy,
they're-
or do you want to work at clubs?
It's-
Some people just
your own
really
Netflix
love doing.
special like Bill Burr?
Some people really
Yeah,
love
I love
doing
that
open
guy, by
mic
the way.
comedy and have no aspirations to go about that.
Yeah.
It is about that. It is about that. But at the same time, it's not. Right? It is not. Right?
Yeah, Guy, you
what
use
I do
something
here in the fucking pub
It's your
is
thing.
different.
Yeah, that's your
my
thing.
AB doesn't tell you what to brew. AB
Nobody
doesn't tell you what
tells me what to
Yeah.
do. Nobody tells me.
Nobody
what to
fucking
do.
tells me what
No,
to brew.
right? With the caveat, right? So I think what you guys are touching on is like, what is craft? What is independent? And there are a lot of different opinions out there about that. But ultimately, what happens here at 10 Barrel Denver is that I'm the only fucking motherfucker brewing this beer.
Fuck yeah!
I'm the
I
only
am
I'm
so
brewing the
sick.
motherfucking beers on this motherfucking plane.
I'm
Monkey
the only person
fighting.
doing it, right? And so whatever definition of craft you might have, independence doesn't fucking matter. Independence does not make your beer better. It is the people that work for you that make the beer, that sell the beer, that make everything better.
That's why we do this podcast. Honestly, that is exactly why.
If you say craft is a loose term, like
That's like using the word
Democrat,
fresh or
Republican,
using the
you
word
know what I mean? But, like,
food and
Craft does not have a definition, right?
It
What is a craft, right?
Artistry.
Here's how I approach every single day. Brewing is the asymptotic pursuit of fucking perfection.
He has
That's
that written
all
on his
it is.
mirror and deodorant, by the way.
I don't.
I would
I don't
love
have it written anywhere.
I would love to have that deodorant.
Brewing is the asymptotic pursuit of perfection.
You're right.
Every fucking brew day is an experience, and every beer is a fucking journey. And that is how I approach my profession.
Yeah.
The thing that I love the most. This is the only job I can be good at. This is the only thing
Yeah,
I do
we
in
love
my
it.
fucking life.
Alright, we don't hit the
Yeah.
table because it shows up on the podcast.
No, he's passionate.
I
This
guess
is
right
it.
now,
This
like,
is how much
I
give a shit.
understand.
No, this is how much I give a shit about
Yeah,
beer
I know,
and brewing,
yeah.
and everybody else wants to shit on us, and I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
And if people want to be cool, they can be cool. I'm fucking cool. I'm
hip.
happy to have people here.
Yeah.
I'm happy to show that we are part of the neighborhood because we are. But this is my livelihood. This is my fucking life.
Right.
I brew. This is
Yeah.
what I do.
Cheers to that.
And
Yeah,
for
cheers.
anybody
Cheers to that.
to say anything negative about that,
Ew.
or
That's-
to question the intention of our parent company or whatever else,
Right.
is wrong.
Right.
Whatever
So-
happens at 10 Barrel Denver, whatever beer I brew here, this is me.
So
This
where
is it.
where I think people get flustered and part of the qualms with me as well is essentially that was great. That was awesome.
Like, I'm all fired up right now.
I'm fired
man.
up.
Like,
This
Let's
is
go do a
my
lap.
fucking life.
Let's go do a lap around the street.
This is
Anyway.
my fucking life, man.
this is
Yeah.
All right, so
first, but-
yeah. So the thing I think some people get hung up on, and I'm a little bit more privy to this because I've worked in the industry, is when
I
the parent
appreciate that.
when the parent company flexes marketing money that they incur from other revenues,
Mm-hmm.
and then they can plaster whatever craft brand they want at different places, right? Because they can literally just outbid everybody.
Sure.
And even if it doesn't make sense, it's a loss leader, right? Like it's an advertising budget kind of a thing. So they
It's
can
not
pay,
a loss to us. Like,
no,
whatever
I know it's
happens
not
here
to you.
is whatever happens
but
here.
you understand but you would understand like why people have like a problem.
Of course,
with that,
of
right?
course,
Yeah,
yes, I
yeah.
do.
So I'm not saying it has anything to do with what you guys are doing at the Denver Club, right? It has nothing to do with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But any of the shit that you might potentially get from people that like that's part of it, right? Where you're just like that AB money comes in and you can say, hey, we're gonna outpay for the sponsorship because we can. Even if we know we're not going to return the investment, because a smaller company can't do that, right? They can't just put all that money in.
Right.
Totally fair. Yep.
So I think that's part of I think people that have a little bit more like inside industry knowledge. That's like right? That's something different.
That's fair. That's totally fair. But at the same time, I think it should never devalue from what we're doing here.
And that's a good
Kiel
point.
is cooking amazing food.
Yeah.
We're making
Yeah.
great food. It's
great beer, too.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Well, that's the hard part
fucking
is that
beer.
like so people lump the whole thing together, right?
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
as opposed to treating
Yeah,
it
like
as an individual.
You're traveling
drink.
from the Pacific Northwest. You happen to hit 3 pubs. You find yourself in Denver.
I mean,
Like,
one of
you
the
look around,
reviews
like,
I
wow, this is
found.
different.
I mean, I went
you
to
know?
the Boise location when I was on my way out to Oregon. So I went to 10 Barrel in Boise, went to 10 Barrel in Oregon, and they were fucking great. Like the chicken sandwich that I had in Boise and the beers that I had in Boise were like fucking
Boise's fantastic,
right?
man.
Yeah, it was great.
Sean
It
Kelso
was-
is one of the best brewers on this freaking planet.
He didn't do
Fucking
that.
hot daddy.
He didn't brew that. He didn't brew that dog shit nitro pale ale, did he?
One of the bad reviews I found was
He
for
did not. He would never.
Let's not bring that up
He would
again.
never.
one of the bad reviews I found on your page, the Denver page, was for
Sure.
the Center Village location, and whoever responded,
Center Village?
yeah,
That's 10 Barrel Run up in fucking that stupid mountain town, Copper.
Yeah, oh, they were doing like
Oh,
a copper
yeah,
thing.
someone-
But they're
someone
patio
was like,
up.
Somebody left a bad review for your Denver location
Yeah.
for a pop-up that's up at Copper.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't wait
It's
to
like
hear
it's
it.
like the dude that gave me props on my barbecue.
This is reviewing businesses online in a nutshell.
yeah. Someone was like, "You have the wrong spot."
That's why he doesn't mean
but
shit to me.
We
Yeah,
can't.
I know. That's the thing.
I
know
have
what he does. I know what I do. Like,
Let's see the review.
I have one more. This is a different one. This one I really want to read.
Oh wait, you're not going to read the other one?
Oh,
I mean,
come
you
on.
can
No, it was the whole thing
fine.
was they had the wrong location. That was the whole thing.
Oh,
I want to
whatever.
read this one. This is the last one I'm going to read. It's from somebody named Saint S from 2017, so a while ago. Saint S says 1 star. What the fuck is your problem with your boy Mark? I was watching a program.
Boy.
I was watching a program. No, who's Mark?
Go.
Move on.
I was watching a program on
Carrie
the television
Lieberman.
show
Carrie Lieberman's
for
fantastic.
over an hour when a server changed a channel. After complaining, your boy Mark came to me and kicked me out. What the fuck is your problem? I was watching a program on television and not bothering anyone until the channel was changed mid-show. I complained and was kicked out by your boy. You can go fuck yourselves if this is how you treat customers. On edit, after checking my bank account, I've spent over $1,000 with you since you opened.
Well, maybe that person should buy cable. It's okay.
And just watch the TV out.
Yep.
How can you attack one person individually online and put it under?
Happens all the time, right?
I don't know,
It's the
Mark.
beauty of the
I'm sure Mark.
internet,
I'm
the
sure Mark
curse
was
of the
fine.
internet.
I'm sure Mark was just doing his job. You know
I'm
what
sure
I
he
mean?
was.
Mark's great.
I'm sure he was.
Do you guys know Mark?
No.
Okay.
Did you not see the hand gestures they were making? That's fair.
Moving on.
Moving on. We're doing different stuff
We're here
now.
to talk about beer and food.
Yeah. What did we just get, by the way? Was this another Hellas?
I'm not sure. I'm still sipping on a snake juice, man. So the snake juice story that I never got to tell. Which is fine.
You did tell it. We heard it.
What, the snake juice story?
No, it's
The guy wanted King Cobra the whole time.
big old light, man.
Like Mickey's 40.
So we talked a little bit about, so you hate, in particular, you don't like a lot of stuff with lactose. And
I
is there any
have strong opinions.
strong opinions about lactose? But yeah, are there, so what would you say are your least favorite, like two least favorite styles?
There's no two.
There's no two.
No.
Come on, pick one.
The brewing industry has changed quite a bit. So, New England IPAs are garbage.
I like him.
BRB.
I like him.
That's fine. I don't like sweet. I
Sure.
don't like sweet
Yeah.
whatsoever.
It's because I'm sour enough as it is already that I need it. you
Fair
know?
enough. Way to go. Way to balance that out. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
totally. Hell yeah. What else you got, Corey?
Actually, I think we're pretty wrapped up.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think I'm good to go. Is there anything that you want to promote that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks? Well, thank you so much for having us on. You're
Yeah,
fantastic.
thanks.
No, I mean,
So
you
good.
know, it's the beauty about the pub, right? Like, things change all the time. So there's nothing for me to promote. I just have kind of a blank slate to brew whatever I want to brew and bring out anytime. So
Yeah.
there's nothing, like there's no can release, there's no nothing. It's here.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
here for the people to enjoy.
It's just whenever you have the urge to do. I mean, that's actually it's got to be one of the joys of not having to be at the main production facility and having that 20-barrel system here, is you can just churn out stuff that you.
Absolutely.
Let's just
I
try
mean, I
this.
came from that. Like,
Let's
I
just try
came
this
from
out.
that,
Did you
know?
work? So wait. So actually, while Kiel's away for a second, we have to kill a little bit of time. Where were you working at before you were working at Tinker?
I worked at Twisted Pine in Boulder, Colorado.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
familiar
yeah,
with those guys.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and how big was that facility?
Depends on the time you're asking me about.
Okay.
So it was a 15-barrel brew house, and when I started, I just washed kegs. I was on the bottling line on Medellin, and by the time I finished there, I was the head brewer. It was still the same 15-barrel brew house, and we switched from production and distribution to just being in the tap room.
Yeah.
So,
But then so what prompted you to get the job here?
I wanted to change the scenery.
Oh, really? It was just a matter of hey, well, where do you live in Boulder? Do you live in Denver?
Used to. My wife works in Boulder,
Okay.
so yeah.
Okay, you just wanted, but was it a matter of you just
I had to
have
move
more
on.
control?
I had to move on.
Yeah, did you have way more control here?
I mean, I had control at Twisted Pine, but not the resources. Now I have control,
Oh,
and I
yeah,
have the
that makes
resources.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And that's part of having the funds and the finances to get whatever grain, whatever hop.
Right, but it's not. Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that everybody gets twisted. It's not about just
Twisted
having
Pine.
money. No. Well, look, I didn't have shit at Twisted Pine, right? I made the best of it.
Sure.
But I don't have the world here. I make conscious fucking choices about what I want to get in.
Oh, sure. You're still
Well,
smart.
everything else, right? It's not just like, oh my god, here are all these fucking resources, brew a beer and it turns out great. Like, that's not what it is, man.
Right.
You still have to brew the fucking beer.
Yeah.
Right. But is it a luxury to be able to have those resources and then have a smaller system to work off of, so you can just?
Well,
to me, that means like you have so much more flexibility to experiment.
This is a bigger
try new
system
things.
than I've ever worked on before, but I have the luxury to fuck up, and I don't. And I fucking don't. I fucking don't.
Now, all right. So, has anything that you've made been like? I think you touched on this before, but I just want to clarify. Anything that you've brewed gone into like National Distro or anything like that?
Yeah, so Snake Juice turned into Snake Run as a distribution name.
Okay, so that's what they call it. Like,
Okay.
is that 12-ounce cans, 16-ounce cans?
12-ounce cans,
12-packs, 6-packs?
Yeah, 6-packs. I don't know if it was 12
Oh, you don't
packs.
know what the production... Yeah.
Yeah, no. Like, so I mean, that's...
But it's
what-
distributed.
Yeah, that's
it's fucking
awesome,
out
yeah.
there.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah.
the latest one.
I mean, you should
Yeah.
be proud of that. That's really good.
Perfect.
I am proud of
Good
that,
work.
but
Nice.
Nobody saw that.
I think what
Kiel
I'm,
just knocked over a sign on his way back.
what I'm most proud of is this pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is your dojo. This is like your place.
100%.
Yeah, the
people
place
I
where
see
you get to
in-
exercise and not pick your own music. You
Yeah,
gotta listen to everybody else's shit.
I don't get any of that, but I get to brew for beautiful chefs like Kiel.
He is
I get
beautiful.
to brew
He's a
for
very
fucking-
majestic man.
We have a great service staff. I get to brew for these folks, and
Yeah.
we are technically the furthest pub
Away
from
from the mothership.
Yeah, from the mothership, from Bend.
Yeah.
You
Sure.
know,
San
And
Diego's
it-
closer.
Yeah, San Diego is.
So they brew trash nitro pale ales.
Disregard that, Benny.
Love you, Benny.
I believe this is the motion.
Love you, Benny.
We love you, Ben. I've never met you. We can't wait.
I will say this. We're in the family of 10 Barrel. We do our own thing. We love our own thing.
Yeah.
We get the least amount of credit. We get the least amount of love. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because we love what we fucking
Yeah.
do.
The beauty of getting
Well,
to do
we-
your own thing and do it well, right?
Yeah. I mean, we love the beer. We love you guys.
Well, that's also like the same thing with comedy too. Like we love the fact that we can just like, because we produce our own shows, we love that we can do our own thing. We love that we can provide an awesome experience to people that want to come out and check it out, and that we can put great comics on the shows and just make it our own deal. That's
Yeah.
really important.
Yeah.
Kiel, is there anything that you want to promote before we get out of here? Like any new food items, anything special that's
I'm
coming out in the
doing a
next couple
prime
weeks?
rib special tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
12 ounce
this
prime
won't
rib,
be out by
loaded
then.
baked potato.
Well, I guess it's on Facebook.
Garlic roasted fucking haricot vert, green beans for most of you. Your choice of salad. I don't know. Like, I just want to go classic. Like, times are rough. Like, it's been hard trying to create new things when the clientele's not there.
Yeah.
Because the economy is not humming like it was in January, where we got away with some cool shit, but like now it's like back to basics.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
Well, you're doing it
I
well.
want people to come here to get quality beer and quality food for a reasonable price.
Yeah.
And that's our future now. Like, the industry took a shit this year. It's gonna be a while since we fucking pick back up and we get after it, but like
At least you
every day you show up and with a smile on your
Yeah.
face and like, you know what, I'm gonna drink some good beer, I'm gonna get some good food.
Yeah.
Life's okay.
See, for us, it's like I'm going to show up and I'm going to tell some terrible jokes, and that's it. That's the end of the
What was
story.
your joke again?
Oh, that's
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on the podcast. Like, honestly, everything's been fantastic.
Yeah.
We love the beer. We love everything about the spot.
How do we do?
Very grateful. Yeah, very grateful to have you guys on the show. We have check out the Instagram and Facebook for some of our upcoming stand-up shows.
At Rotating Tap Comedy.
Yeah, and yeah, Steve, anything else?
Instagram, drink beer Denver.
Our first show at Epic Brewing in the neighborhood is Friday night, and then we'll be at Half Penny Saturday.
Yeah.
Immediately after.
Cool.
So that's exciting. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Peace.
Go Avs.
Yeah, right?
This will be out by the time they're fucking eliminated. Probably. Shit. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
That was good.
Yeah, it's a little different from your normal beer podcast for sure.
My second podcast ever, so.
Nice. Oh yeah.
And I'm almost blacked out drunk.
Would you say you're blacked out yet?
No?
Then that's an improvement.
Like on my way to the bathroom, I saw some hot girls in the alley that are over at Lesser Barrel, so I'm probably gonna go over there and hit some